I must see my son today. How could he forget me, my only beloved son?
In a small village hidden behind red dust roads and broken zinc roofs, there lived a woman called Mama Sade. Nobody called her by her real name anymore, not because she was famous, but because everyone knew her suffering. Mama Sade was widowed before her first grey hair appeared. Her husband died one rainy night, leaving her with one leaking room, one skinny mattress, and one boy, Kunle. That boy was her entire world. Every morning, before the sun woke up, Mama Sade woke first.
Wait, before we continue, smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss amazing African folktale stories like this. Hit the like button if this story moved you. It really helps our channel grow. Comment below. Tell us where you're watching from and which part of the story touched you the most. I want to see all your thoughts. And if you're craving more African folktales, check out the Bumped app on the Play Store. Hundreds of stories waiting for you. Okay, now let's get back to the story.
She tied her wrapper, balanced a basket of roasted corn on her head, and walked miles to the roadside to sell. Some days, she sold everything. Most days, she didn't. But every night, Kunle ate. When Kunle asked, "Mama, why are you not eating?" she always smiled and said, "I ate while selling. My stomach is full." But her stomach knew the truth. When Kunle reached secondary school, the school demanded fees. Mama Sade sold her only goat, her wedding earrings, her dignity, begging neighbors. She paid in installments, kneeling when necessary. Teachers mocked her. "Why waste money on this boy? He will still end up like you." But Mama Sade would reply softly, "God did not create my son to suffer." At night, she prayed with cracked lips, "If I eat garri forever, let my son eat bread." And slowly, Kunle began to shine. Mama Sade did not cry in front of him. She cried at night, silently, so her son wouldn't hear. She sold firewood, washed clothes for rich women, cleaned toilets. Her hands became rough, her back bent, but Kunle went to school. The day Kunle boarded the bus to the city, Mama Sade held his hands tightly. She said, "Wherever you go, remember this soil raised you." Kunle nodded. He said, "Mama, when I make it, you will never suffer again." Mama Sade believed him. African mothers always believe. As the bus drove away, she waved until it disappeared, not knowing that some promises expire with success. Lagos swallowed Kunle whole. Noise, pressure, hunger. At first, he struggled. He slept in crowded rooms, worked as a driver, watched rich men treat poor people like dust, and something began to grow inside him. Shame. Shame of his village, his mother's broken English, her wrapper and cracked feet. When his colleagues asked, "Where is your family?" Kunle said, "I grew up alone." The first lie was small, but lies are seeds. They grow. Kunle learned the oil business by watching. One connection led to another. One favor turned into opportunity. Then suddenly, money came. Not slowly, violently. Contracts, cars, houses. Kunle changed his clothes, changed his accent, changed his phone contact. But he did not change one thing. His phone number was still saved as Mama in his phone. And Mama Sade kept calling. Each ring reminded him of the past he was trying to bury. One day, he stopped picking. Mama Sade heard from the village women that her son was now a big man in Lagos. They said, "Your son drives big cars. Your son has guards. Your son lives in a house with a gate that opens itself." Mama Sade laughed shyly. She did not believe everything, but hope is stubborn. One morning, she tied her best wrapper, wore her old slippers, and boarded a bus to Lagos. She carried a small nylon bag, cooked yam wrapped in leaves, and prayers for her son. The journey was long. Her bones ached. Her eyes searched every face. She whispered to herself, "Let me just see him with my eyes." Mama Sade arrived at Kunle's house. It was bigger than the chief's palace in the village. Tall fence, electric wire, 2 armed guards. She smiled and said, "My son lives here." The guards laughed. "Ah, old woman, go away." She insisted. "His name is Kunle. I am his mother." They called Kunle. He came out wearing a suit. For a moment, their eyes met. Mama Sade smiled. Her knees almost failed her. She stepped forward. "My son." Kunle froze. People were watching. Neighbors, guards, drivers, and shame spoke louder than blood. Kunle said, "I don't know this woman." Silence fell. Mama Sade laughed nervously. "Kunle, it is me." Kunle's voice hardened. "My mother is dead." The guards pushed her away. Her food fell. Yam scattered on the ground. Mama Sade did not cry. She only whispered, "God, is this a dream?" She slept outside the gate that night, waiting for the morning that never came. By dawn, Mama Sade stood up. Her wrapper was dirty. Her hope was broken. She looked at the gate one last time. "I did not give birth to a king to be treated like a thief." She returned to the village quietly. No drama, no noise. Months later, sickness came. She grew thinner, weaker. Sometimes she called Kunle's name in her sleep. When death came, it came gently. She died without seeing her son again. At her burial, the village refused Kunle's money. Elders shook their heads. One of them said, "A tree that forgets its root will fall." He built walls so high, he forgot the woman who laid the foundation. After Mama Sade's burial, Kunle returned to Lagos. Nothing changed on the outside. His car still shined, his gate still opened automatically, his account balance still grew. But inside his house, sleep stopped coming. At night, Kunle heard sounds, not voices, just the feeling of being watched. Whenever his phone rang late at night, his heart jumped. He stopped answering unknown numbers. Sometimes he saw Mama Sade in his dreams, standing by his gate, holding the scattered yam, saying nothing. He woke up sweating. Kunle's business partners started changing. Contracts delayed, documents disappeared, payments froze. A junior staff whispered, "Sir, something is wrong." Kunle shouted, "It's business." But business had never betrayed him like this before. Then the accident happened. His first son fell sick suddenly. Hospital, machines, doctors shaking their heads. Kunle remembered a saying his mother used to repeat. When a mother's tears fall on the ground, even ants avoid that path. The child died. Kunle did not cry at the burial, but something inside him died too. Pressure mounted, court cases, investigations, scandals. Kunle's marriage broke. He was invited to a church service. He sat at the back. When the pastor said, "Some of you denied your helpers," Kunle stood up, trembling. He said, "I denied my mother." The church fell silent. He wept like a child. Since that day, nothing has worked. People cried with him, but tears cannot resurrect the dead. Forgiveness came late, and some debts cannot be paid with tears. Kunle lost everything quietly. No headlines, no breaking news. One contract was cancelled, then another. Banks stopped calling him sir. Court papers replaced invitation cards. The house with the tall gate was seized. Kunle moved into a small rented apartment. At night, power went off. For the first time in years, darkness stayed. He remembered how his mother used to sit in darkness so he could read. Years later, Kunle returned to the village, not in a convoy, alone. The house Mama Sade lived in had collapsed. Her grave was overgrown. Kunle knelt. No crowd, no elder, no forgiveness ceremony. He spoke to the earth. Mama, I am sorry. The wind answered, nothing else. A woman passing by said, she waited for you. Those words broke him. Kunle did not become rich again, but he did not die poor either. He lived quietly, helping others anonymously, never denying anyone who called him son. The villagers told his story to children, not as gossip, as warning. If you forget the hand that fed you, the world will remind you. In Africa, success is not measured by what you build, but by who you remember.
And if you're craving more African folktales, check out the Bumped app on the Play Store. Hundreds of stories waiting for you. Okay, now let's get back